Hi, this is Beatrice with Bake Deco, and today we're going to be showing you how to make Swiss Meringue Buttercream. I currently have a steam bath running at medium-high heat, and we're going to turn that down to a simmer before we add in our egg whites and sugar. So first I'm going to start by separating 5 egg whites. And I'm using gloves, but you can also use your clean hands to do this. And it's really important that you make sure no egg yolk gets into your egg white. Any egg yolk inside the egg white is going to cause the mixture to not whip. So you'll have a dead merengue or meringue that will not fluff up and whip. So we want to make sure that if we have any sign of egg yolk, we want to take that out. So I'm on my last egg. And now I'm ready to move on to my steam bath. So what we'll be doing is double boiling our egg whites and sugar. So I'm gonna reduce this heat to a simmer. I'm gonna take my bowl and place it on top. You wanna make sure that you have just enough water to steam and heat your bowl. If the bowl is touching, it can cause the egg whites to cook and turn into scrambled eggs. So I'll be adding my 5 egg whites and 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. And we're just gonna mix that up. So for this recipe, you don't have to stir constantly. It's good to just mix your mixture, make sure that the egg whites and the sugar are well mixed, and then you'll just stir occasionally. Okay, now that my egg whites and sugar are well mixed, I'm going to let it heat up for a little bit, and I'll be checking it occasionally with a thermometer. You want your merengue base to reach 160 degrees before you remove it from heat and throw it into the mixer. So I'm going to be using my candy thermometer just to check the temperature and just to see what the progress is, so we have a better idea of how much longer we'll need to cook. So it cooks pretty fast. If you don't have a thermometer, there is another way to check and know when it's ready. And that would be to, once you see that it becomes light and frothy, you want to just take a little pinch, and if you don't feel sugar, then that means it's ready. If you still feel the grains of sugar, then you need a little bit more time over heat. So we are at 100 degrees. So we still have a few minutes to go. So I'm just going to stir occasionally and make sure that my mixture is getting light and fluffy, and we're making progress. If you're using this kind of a bowl, it does get hot, so you want to make sure that you have a towel or gloves on hand just to block the heat. I burned myself a couple times. Okay, so I'm going to check the temperature. So we are currently at 150 degrees, which means that we are almost ready, and I'm going to let it sit over heat for a little bit longer, and I'm just going to stir it for a little bit longer. As you can see, it's starting to get light and frothy. So this is what it would look like. If you don't have a thermometer, you want to wait until your mixture becomes light and frothy on top, kind of like clouds. Right now I feel no sugar grains, so my mixture is pretty much ready. I'm going to check the temperature one more time, make sure we reached 160 degrees, and then I'm going to remove it from heat. Now that we reached 160, I'm going to remove my merengue base from heat, and we're gonna get ready to transfer this to our mixing bowl. Now that we have our meringue base ready, we're gonna pour it into our stand mixer, and we're using a whisk attachment. Using your whisk attachment, you wanna start mixing on medium speed, and then we'll move it to high speed. So your bowl starts off very hot to touch, and what we want to do is also bring down the temperature, and we do that while mixing. So as we incorporate air into the mixture, the temperature comes down, so you'll feel your bowl will be a lot cooler when you're done mixing. So I'm going to turn it up to high. You're going to see your color gradually start to change as it starts to whip and become light and fluffy. So while you wait, you can actually walk away, let it mix, and you can start prepping your butter, your vanilla extract, and any other ingredients that you're gonna add to your merengue. So our merengue just needs a little bit more mixing to go to achieve stiff peaks. But now is when I'm gonna add my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add 1 full teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And now we're gonna bring it back up and we're gonna mix on high just for a couple more minutes. Let's check our merengue. You want your meringue to reach stiff, glossy peaks, just like that, where it just falls off the whisk when you hold it up, but it's nice and stiff. So right now it's time for a taste test. You wanna make sure you have enough salt and vanilla extract, and then we're gonna add our butter. So it tastes great, and at this point, if you wanted to just stick with merengue, you can do that, or you can add the butter and turn it into Swiss Meringue Buttercream. I'm gonna be adding 4 sticks of softened unsalted butter, and I'm gonna be adding it about half at a time just to not overwhelm the mix. So I'm gonna scrape the sides of the bowl. So I want you to notice the difference in texture before we add our last stick of butter. Right now it's looking like a whipped cream, and adding that last stick of butter is what makes the biggest difference in making this into a very stable frosting. It's gonna magically form into a stable frosting once we add that last stick of butter. So as you can see, the texture is completely different after adding that one last stick of butter. It transformed this into a stable buttercream icing, and it was looking like a whipped cream before, but just adding that last stick of butter made all the difference. So you always wanna make sure that you use all of your ingredients when you're making Swiss Meringue Buttercream. Thank you for watching today's video. We hope that you found this recipe helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Bake Deco for more.